Hi, my name is Justin Dice, and I'm one of the research librarians here at Daemen. In this video, I'll be providing a general introduction to the library website and the resources available to you through the library, including a quick demonstration of accessing and using article databases. With that said, let's get started. The library website is the portal to all library resources. To get there, you can click on the link at the top of the library widget on your My Daemen page, or simply go to daemen.edu/library. Front and center on the library homepage is our search interface. Below that, we have quick links to some of our library services, followed by library news, and links to some of our digital collections. You'll also find useful links located in the top navigation bar, including the Help tab, which provides links to our contact page, FAQs, research guides, video tutorials, and more. In the navigation bar, you'll also find a link to access your library account page and a quick way to view library hours. Much of your time spent on the library website will be using the search interface, so let's take a closer look at that. This interface has three options: our search cat, which is our catalog search, course reserves, and databases. The search cat is where you'll go to search the library catalog for physical items held at the library, such as books, as well as electronic items available through our various database subscriptions, including articles, ebooks, and streaming videos. You'll notice that when you start to enter your search term into the search box, it expands. We see that by default, we're performing a catalog search, but our system interface will also suggest searching the term in Credo Reference, a helpful resource for finding basic background information on topics, and in a general research database called Academic Search Complete. We'll talk more about research databases in a moment. To perform a catalog search, just press Enter or click the magnifying glass icon. By default, our catalog search will show items available not only through the Daemen Library, but also available at libraries worldwide. Results are weighted so that items the library holds appear higher in the search results. But if you ever want to restrict your search to just items available through Daemen, then you can do so using the refinement options on the left-hand side of the page. This is also where you can restrict your search to a specific format, such as books, or by publication date range. Any item physically available at the library will display a location and a call number, and note whether the item is currently available or if it's been checked out. Any item available electronically will include a link to view that item. If an item isn't available physically or electronically through the library, you can always request it through Interlibrary Loan, a free service. Simply click into that item and then find the Request this item through Deposit Interlibrary Loan button. The request form is pre-populated, so just scroll down to the bottom and click Submit. Electronic items, such as articles and scanned book chapters, are usually delivered within 1 to 2 business days. You'll receive an email when it arrives with instructions on how to view it. Physical items take longer since they're being shipped from another library, usually 2 to 7 business days, and can be picked up at the library's circulation desk. To view your current and past requests, you can navigate to the Requests section of your library account page. This is also where you'll find the option to fill out a blank request form. Okay, that's a deep enough dive into searching the catalog, so let's jump back out to the library homepage. The second search option available is Course Reserves. This is where you'll go to view items your instructor has set aside for your class. This can include a list of physical items available at the circulation desk for in-library use, or electronic files to be downloaded. Simply type in the course number, course name, or instructor name to see if your course has any reserve items. You can also view all reserves for the current semester by clicking the Browse All eReserves link below the search bar. Pretty straightforward stuff. The third and final search option is the Databases tab. This is where you'll go to find a research database for your topic. You'll typically use these research databases when searching for articles published in scholarly journals. The library subscribes to over 100 databases, with each database comprising a different set of academic journals. Some databases will be multidisciplinary in nature, such as Academic Search Complete, and include articles from journals across many different disciplines, while others, such as Medline, will have a much narrower scope. And this can be a good thing. There's a lot of research out there, so when you're researching a specific topic, it's easier and often much more effective to search through a narrower pool of articles coming from only journals closely related to your discipline, rather than having to sift through tens of thousands of irrelevant articles. This is why for focused research topics requiring scholarly articles, you want to skip the search cat and jump straight to the databases. As you progress in your studies, you'll likely end up using the same handful of databases for your research. But at this stage in your academic careers, you may not be familiar with which databases to use. And that's okay. You can browse a list of recommended databases by using the Databases by Subject dropdown below the search bar. I'll go ahead and select Nursing. Now, instead of seeing a list of all databases the library has, I can see a list of the top recommended options for our selected discipline in this Best Bets box, as well as an A to Z listing of other databases that might be helpful. I'll click into CINAHL Complete for a brief look at what a research database looks like. CINAHL is the top index for nursing and allied health literature, basically a comprehensive list of the articles published in nursing and allied health journals. The CINAHL Complete database, provided by EBSCO, takes the CINAHL index and adds full-text access to many of the articles listed in that index. The database interface itself will differ slightly from vendor to vendor, but typically you'll find an advanced search page with multiple search boxes and various ways to limit your results. To prevent information overload, I won't go into depth with database searching or search strategies in this video, but for a deeper dive into this topic, I do encourage you to navigate to our video tutorials page on our website. For this demo, I'll perform a simple keyword search. Like in our catalog search, I have various limiters on the side of the page to refine my results. I'll check academic journals as my source type, and limit results to articles published within the last 10 years. As I hinted at earlier, not all articles in the database will have the full text available. You'll quickly know which items are available when you see a PDF full text link displayed. If the item isn't available, you'll instead see a Search Daemen for full text link. Clicking this link will check all of our other databases to see if the article is available elsewhere. If it is available, it will redirect you to where the full text PDF can be accessed. If it's not available through any of our resources, you'll be taken to this page, where you can then follow the links to request the item through interlibrary loan. Clicking into an item on the results page takes you to the detailed record page. Here, you'll find all the relevant information on the article, such as the title, authors, journal it was published in, and an abstract, or brief summary of the article. Before downloading articles, it's usually best to read through the abstract first to make sure the article is actually relevant to your topic. You'll also find a list of all subject terms that the article was tagged with. Clicking any one of these will bring you to a list of all other articles in this database that were tagged with that same term. Now, each database uses its own set of subject terms, sometimes called subject headings, controlled vocabulary, or thesaurus. Since there will only be one term to describe a specific topic, it can be very helpful to know the subject terms used when performing searches in databases. You can search through all the subject terms used in this database by clicking on the Subject Headings link in the top navigation bar. Back on the Detailed Item Record page, EBSCO databases provide a handy toolbar on the right side of the page with some helpful ways to save your sources, such as saving to your Google Drive, emailing the article to yourself, or adding to a folder. But be careful when using the folder option, as this folder is temporary and will be wiped clean once your session has ended. To permanently save an item to a folder, you'll first need to create an account with that database provider. If you like the idea of organizing your sources into folders, you may want to consider using a free citation management software such as Zotero. You can read more about Zotero on our Services and Tools page. If you're the kind of person who prefers to just save a link back to this page, then be extremely cautious about using the link listed in your browser's URL bar. Some databases, particularly those provided by EBSCO, display a session-based link. Now, this link will not work when your session ends. So to save articles, you want to either download the PDFs or look for what EBSCO calls a permalink. Clicking the permalink option in the right-hand toolbar will bring up a URL that will not expire and will be safe to copy and use later. While you won't encounter this problem with all database providers, it's still best to check to see if a permalink is provided first before copying the URL listed in the browser. Another useful tool provided in the database is the Cite option, which lets you generate a citation for the item in popular citation styles, such as APA. As with all citation generators, the citation usually isn't perfect. It's simply taking the information from the fields in the item record and plugging them into the formula. There may be capitalization issues, missing information, or other errors. That's why it's imperative that you know the basics of the citation format you'll be using in your course, or at least where to go to double check. A good place to start is the Citing Your Sources page on the library website. This page links out to our quick reference citation guides created for AMA, APA, and MLA styles. The APA guide, for example, will provide answers to some of the most common questions relating to APA style, while also linking out to the APA style website, which provides even more detailed information. APA's style website is a phenomenal resource that covers almost everything you'll need to know about APA style. In addition to citation guides, the library also has librarian-built research guides for subjects and courses. You can use the Research Guides quick link on the library homepage to see a complete list of guides. Subject guides typically offer a curated list of recommended resources, including article databases, background and reference materials, and statistical resources. The guide also lists the various ways you can contact a librarian for research assistance. This includes in person, email, or through our chat service. For a more involved research consultation, either in person or via Zoom, you can use our appointment request form. This lets us set time aside to meet with you while giving us the time to do any prep work required for your topic. Okay, that concludes our whirlwind introduction to the Daemen Library. Thank you for watching, and if you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask a librarian.